Hey, we're here, we're live, we're at Yoyo's. It's Coach's Couch, it's the Fisher National Bank Coach's Couch. And we've got the star of the show here, the coach. Coach Atkins, Coach Jon Adkins is here with us. Hey, shout out to Fisher National Bank. You just saw them on the screen. Make sure that you go to them for all your banking needs. They're a big part of this community. They are always giving back to not only Coach's Couch, but all over this community of Mahomet. Shout out to Lucas Boston. He's busy serving. And Yoyo's. Yoyo's hosts this thing every night, or every Wednesday night at 7:30. We're glad we have a live audience tonight. Shout out to them as well. If you're not here, you should be. So make sure you're here next next Wednesday at 7:30. Coach, we always kick things off with the Bulldog breakdown, where we talk about last week. Last week you're on the road. You're against a then 1-5 Mattoon team. You took care of business, 42-6. But I noticed a common theme. It took a little while to get going. Talk about what kind of things you're working on to get that, get things off to a better start. But overall, I'd like for you to recap the game as a whole. What were some good things that happened at Mattoon? What were some takeaways that you want to improve on?
Yeah, long-winded question there, but I'll try to get to all of it.
That's 3 questions in one.
No, I was obviously proud of the way our kids, not only played in the game, but maybe more so the way they adapted to the adversity and overcame some penalties that I thought many of them were questionable, but maybe we'll save that for another time. I was proud of the way that they kind of stuck together and battled through that, sometimes 3rd and longs or multiple times, was it a penalty on 3rd down that gave them the 1st down. And, we weathered the storm. We talked to the kids about it all week and then certainly there in the first half, about weathering the storm, battling through the adversity. We knew that Mattoon being back at home for the first time, in the last couple of weeks, we knew they would come out hot and, kind of amped up with their home crowd there. And so we just had to battle through it. We had to stay the course. And I felt we did that. Again, our kids settled down and settled in and started playing really good football. And ultimately we took care of business. And I know everybody, kind of maybe expected, things of the past, 40-0 at halftime. And, again, I would say that I don't know that we're that type of team this year, but what I will tell you we are a statistical run the football. We're gonna play great defense. And we actually had our best statistical defensive performance Friday night, holding Mattoon's entire offense to 126 total yards of offense, and that's one of our goals. Anytime we can hold a team under 200, we feel like that's a win for us, and we certainly did that. Again, with 126 yards, that side of the ball played really well, and again, our offense just continued to run the ball and play action pass, and Ryan did a great job, hit numerous receivers. Bryson had a couple good catches, obviously Owen and Wade, and then we saw Ren Vanderveer get in the mix last week, and that was always awesome. And then certainly Cade, doing what Cade does, as well as Marco running the football. So overall, I felt it was a really good night. Again, anytime you can go on the road for the first time in a long time, and weather the storm, battle through the adversity, and ultimately get the job done, that's what we asked of them. So,
and listen, we get a little spoiled when 42-6 is like, hey, you got off to a rough start. Like, you still won 42-6. That's that culture you've built and expectations that we have for the program. But still a great win. But talk about, you had a few guys maybe a little banged up, so some other guys stepped up. We're going to talk to a couple of them later, but talk about the value that brings for later on when you have guys that get quality reps in a live action game like that.
No question. Obviously, Javon couldn't go last week, so Big Vance Clark stepped in, and between him and Huey in a kind of a rotation there, and obviously we're going to ask Vance about that here in a little bit, but no, Vance stepped up big time, and so did Huey, and then, Bo couldn't go last Friday either. So multitude of guys kind of stepped up there. Coy Benway got in the mix as well. Coy played a great game defensively. But yeah, we talk to our kids about that all the time. Great teams find a way to adapt and overcome, and even so with injuries. When a kid goes down, we got to have a next man mentality, and who's going to step up and who's going to fill in and do that job and get the job done. And again, Vance and numerous others did a great job. We talked about Wren offensively. He kind of stepped in and stepped up last week for us as well.
And we'll talk to Vance a little bit more about that next man mentality later and get his thoughts on that. But let's kind of fast forward, Coach. We've got another opponent, Apollo Conference opponent, Charleston, another road game, another 1-5. Well, they're 1-6 now. We're 4-3. At this point in the season, I'm going to be honest, you don't have to be, but what's the main thing that you look to improve on maybe in a game that you're going to go down there and win? I'm going to say it. I mean, maybe I'm going to jinx you on this, Coach, but it's got to be difficult to play back-to-back one-win teams to get your guys motivated. So what do you do to motivate them? Two-part question. And what kind of things are you going to work on maybe in this environment that you expect to win?
Well, we always have to work on us. We always have to make sure we're taking care of the penalties, right? We talk about controlling the controllables all the time. We have to make sure we're not beating ourselves and we're playing good, sound football on both sides of the ball. So we're always going to work on that stuff, whether it's a practice or game opportunities. Again, we're never going to be as good as we can and should be, so we're always going to try to strive for that, and every little thing we can get better at, we're certainly going to try to do. I will say this, though, the record for Charleston is a little deceiving. They actually should have beaten a really good Effingham team. They were up 35-28 kind of midway through the fourth there and kind of let one slip away. Obviously, they did beat Mattoon, and earlier in the year they kind of squandered a few things as well. But again, earlier in the year, they were incredibly young, and they are. First year ever playing football quarterback, let alone first year starter. Wow. And junior running backs, and I could go on and on for days about how young they are across the board. They're playing a lot of sophomores and even multiple freshmen at the varsity level, so much so that they can't field underclassmen teams. They don't have a freshman or a JV team because of all those younger kids that are up playing. So, it is to be expected kind of the way they started, with 0-2 and then 0-3, just kind of getting those young kids' feet wet. But then again, you can see, take away the Mount Zion game, you can see their progress that they've had these last 3 to 4 weeks. And it's shown. Again, their running back is statistically leading the conference in rushing yards, and that's saying something for a team that was 1-6 and usually behind in games and all this, that, and the other. Young up front or whatever. For him to be leading the conference says a lot about his talent and his overall ability. So trust me when I say, we know, our kids know, our coaches know, it's not a cakewalk going down into Trojan Hill and trying to beat the Trojans at their place. Again, they've been on the road the last couple weeks, so they're excited to return to home. Tough place to play, and I told our kids on Monday, I don't want to hear that bell ring, because that's what they do after they win. They ring the bell, every kid does, and I made it a point, to start our week of practice by telling our kids we better not hear that bell. And again, you can throw out the records, you can say this, that, and the other about potential playoffs or whatever. Our kids are focused. They're locked in. They came to work on Monday. We had an intense, great week of practice, and I'm so excited for this opportunity on Friday to go out and put it on display.
Well, and you know a little something about Charleston and ringing the bell, and we'll get to that, Coach. We always do. But before I do, you mentioned the running back. His name's Traylon Couch. He's a junior. Averages 126 yards a game, 8 TDs on the season. Pretty spectacular for a 1-6 program when the focus is going to be on Traylon Couch, excuse me. What sort of pride does your defensive unit have in trying to negate him on Friday night, knowing that they really don't have a lot in the pass game, and what they're going to do? What kind of pride goes into this week to say, hey, we're not going to let him get 126 yards this week.
And that's exactly it. Again, that's a challenge that our kids accepted. They know he's the best running back in the conference, and they've kind of had a chip on their shoulder with the attitude and mindset of shutting him down. A couple weeks ago after that Mount Zion loss, I kind of challenged our kids, and I put up a couple statistical categories, especially for the defense, where I thought we needed to get better and we needed to fix, and we were struggling at. And since that game, these last 3 games that we've had, we've played some really good defense. Again, I mentioned the 126 against Mattoon. We held Effingham to negative 2 yards rushing. Again, our kids have embraced this challenge these last few weeks. Here's another one, again, going up against the best running back in the conference. They're excited. They're ready to go, and again, eager for the opportunity to hopefully contain him and more importantly, hopefully shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. I mean, I think there is a lot of pride in that defense for sure. They keep getting better. You talked about it in week 1. We're going to go through growing pains, but they're going to mature. They're going to get better. Talk about the progress that your young guys have made, not just on defense, but overall.
Again, overall, we you guys mentioned it on the air on Bulldog TV about how you loved seeing the progress in Ryan Pruitt and how he continues to get better. Our offense as a whole, and especially our defense, because we're so young, I mean, we see it each and every day in practice. We just continue to get better. And anytime you can have a team that's always striving to get better in each and every facet of the game, and especially this late in the game or this late in the season, sometimes teams get complacent or satisfied, and they kind of hit that status quo or that kind of solid line where they don't continue to peak. And I feel like that's not us this case. We are continuing to get better each and every day. We're continuing to climb that ladder, and as long as we do that, each and every day, and certainly these next couple games, I like where I like where we're heading, and I like our chances for sure.
Well, we talked about this. The last 2 weeks, but every game's a playoff game. You still need to win 2 games to make sure you get in and not leave it up to a committee. How much work goes into at this point in the season? I know you, so don't sugarcoat this. How much are you looking at possible matchup seedings and what-if scenarios? I'm not asking you to talk to the kids about it because I know you're not going to. But how much do you look at that and all right, what do we need to do to position ourselves, and where do you think we're going to be in 3 weeks?
That's the thing about it is there's so much unknown and so much unpredictable stuff, right? Who gets upset in week 9 can shake an entire bracket. I do start looking at it. Hell, I think I started looking at it 2 weeks ago. Because I was bored, or I just like to see, where we're at and, who hasn't lost yet and all that stuff. It's fun for me. I'm a football junkie. I've done it my entire life. I love getting on the IHSA website and kind of seeing all that stuff. Nowadays, I'm asking my friend, the coaches call him Allen Iverson, the AI. I'm asking AI who they think we might play, and so it's just fun to mess around with stuff like that. But again, at the end of the day, all we can control is what we can control, and that's us continuing to get better. That's us winning football games, hopefully getting that 6-3 mark to get us into the playoffs, and then from there, however it shakes out. If we can get that Week 10 game, we'll welcome any opponent that we get a chance to go against for sure.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Coach, but Chad and I, which by the way, Chad's not here again.
R.I.P.
We've saved us. Might have to name that seat after him. Someday he'll be back. I think next week he'll be back, but Chad is away. I don't think he's at the corporate headquarters again, Coach's Couch corporate headquarters. But every year when the playoff brackets come out, him and I get together and we hand draw the brackets and we post it on the wall in the basement because it's just like March Madness for us. How much of that translates to your team when you get to have that special selection show? I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. We got 2 wins ahead of us, hopefully, but how much of that translates to your team and that March Madness mentality.
It does. Again, one of our goals is to not only make the playoffs, but certainly win a state title and make that deep run. And so any chance you get to play extra football, right? Like that's special. I tell the kids all the time, there's so many kids that are turning in equipment when we still get a practice. Like, if you think about that for a second, like, what a luxury that is. What a special thing to still be, practicing and playing games when most other teams aren't. So I look forward to it. I love the fact that our kids get a chance to continue to play it. I love our playoff party that we throw where we're all together kind of watching your name get revealed on the screen. I mean, again, that's special. That's why we do this, is to try to get that week 10 and beyond. And when you get it, again, it's a feeling. It's something special that can never be taken away, for sure.
Well, you've said it a million times. We'll talk about it as we take care of business, but it's unlike any other HSA sport. You're not guaranteed playoffs, and we'll get into that later in weeks ahead. But I want to get to something we always get to this time of year when we play Charleston. And I know that you're going to say, I don't think about it, but I know that a little piece of young Adkins thinks about playing his home team. What goes into that? It's got to be a little bit different. Maybe it's not the way you prepare for a game, but playing your hometown team where you grew up, it's got to be a little different, right?
100%. I mean, it is. Let's not kid ourselves, especially when we go back, like this Friday, just being on the field, kind of thinking about those memories that you had. Obviously, I've coached some kids that are now on staff. I've played with some guys that are on staff now. So just thinking about that. Across the way, I've played with some of those guys. In fact, some of their kids are now playing for Charleston. So just seeing that last name out there, just kind of, it's crazy, right? It's a surreal moment that, again, you don't get that when you play the Morrises of the world or whatnot, whoever else. So yeah, it is. It's different. It's special. I love walking the field, just kind of, again, reminiscing, right? About when I was a kid, and again, getting to throw passes to my buddies or celebrate, on touchdowns with kids you grew up on. It's awesome. It's awesome to think about that, and that's exactly why we have those memories and why we've developed those memories. But man, once that ball goes up in the air, I mean, all those memories go away, and it's about the kids and the Bulldogs and us getting a win, and that's exactly what it should be, and I want that for them. I do take 5-10 minutes to myself to kind of, smell that smell of the grill and just those memories. But other than that, after that, like, again, it's Bulldogs, it's focus, it's winning a game, and again, I'm fortunate and incredibly blessed and lucky to be able to get to do what I get to do, and the fact that I get to go do it on a field that I used to play on is pretty special too. So
very special, and we're glad you're wearing the right colors, Coach, nowadays. But that's kind of it for Charleston. We'll talk more about them throughout the show, but it's time to take a break. We're going to pay a few bills on our partners here, our equipment partners. We'll be right back with Chalk Talk with a couple of Bulldogs. Actually, we're going to talk to a coach next, Coach. So let's take a break. We'll be right back on Coach's Couch.
Coach's Couch is proudly brought to you by our 2025 sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, Fisher National Bank. Segment sponsors, Jodi O'Malley with J Collective Homes. This week in Bulldog Athletics and the Bulldog Gridiron Club. A big thank you to our couch sponsors, Alex and Amy Giorgio, Lee and Peyton Zaruzin, and a special shout out to our 2025 Sticker Club. Thanks for repping the couch. These businesses, supporters, and fans make it possible for us to bring you Bulldog football all season long. Thank you for supporting the couch. And go Bulldogs!
Better banking is about more than just money. It's about people. Fisher National Bank is locally owned community bank serving all of Mahomet Seymour. We're your friends and neighbors who take a vested interest in the Mahomet area. Last year alone, Fisher National volunteered over 750 hours of community service. Fisher National Bank is in your corner by investing in the people we serve. Learn more about us at fishernational.com or come see us in Mahomet on Oak Street. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people, member FDIC.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Hey Bulldog Nation, the Couch Sticker Club is here. For just $5, you can rep the couch and help us keep the show rolling. DM us or swing by Yoyo's during a show to get yours. Join the club, rep the couch.
This week in Bulldog Athletics is the leader in Mahomet Seymour Junior High and High School athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps of all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Hey, welcome back, Bulldog fans, to the Coach's Couch. This is Charleston week, and we have some shout-outs. I want to shout out our couch sponsors, Alex and Amy Giorgio and Lee and Peyton Zarusin. Thank you for being couch sponsors. If you want to be a couch sponsor, make sure you follow us, like us, subscribe on all your devices on Instagram, Facebook to Coaches Couch _Mahomet. And make sure that you reach out, DM RZ Ryan Ziegler Cletus. He's the man behind the scene here. Ryan, put that camera on so we can see your equipment. Make sure you DM Ryan. He's got the backwards hat on. Cletus will take your sponsorship and he'll use it to invest right back into the Coach's Couch to make this show even better. Right now we've got 4 cameras, but we need at least 8. We've got 4 mics, but sometimes we have 8 guests. So we can always use your sponsorship to help support this program, but also support RZ. He's in college and he's broke, and he's trying to pursue a career in this, and he's doing everything he can to pay for college. So it all goes back to him in this production, so please help him out. This next segment is proudly sponsored by one of our good sponsors, Jodi O'Malley with J Collective Homes. Thank you, Jodi. If you have mortgage things or you're looking for a home, get a hold of Jodi O'Malley with J Collective Homes. She'll hook you up. She actually got a house for our last coach last week. Who's the freshman coach again? Watson.
Yes.
It came up that she helped him find a house in Mahomet. So Jodi can do it. Get a hold of her on J Collective Homes. Check her out on the Google. This segment's called Chalk Talk, and we've got Brad Anderson. Brad, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't you tell the folks at home and the folks in the audience, quite an audience we have, it's packed as always, Coach.
Standing room only.
Standing room only. What your role is for the program, and give us your introduction.
So this year I'm helping with wide receivers and special teams. This is actually my 10th year in the program here, so I've done a little bit of everything. I've coached basically every position, I think. On the offensive side of the ball, actually I've coached defensive side of the ball before coming here too, basically everything but the O-line and D-line. So, but helping out with wide receivers and special teams this year.
So 10 years. So you supersede Coach Atkins. So you were on the Pogue staffs. What got you started in the program? Did you coach before this? Give us a little bit more on that.
Yeah, before coming here, I'm a teacher. Actually, still am a teacher over at Champaign Centennial. and started there, 15 years ago now. So I started out there. Actually, weird story is they hired a coach that could have been Coach Adkins right here, and if that was the case, I'd probably still be coaching there. But anyways, they hired a coach that I just didn't see philosophy-wise with, and then Coach Pogue had an opening on his staff. My wife is actually from Mahomet. She graduated here in 2006. Her brother played football here, graduated in 99, so we love the community here, and we're moving here anyways, and everything fell into place.
I love it. So this role that you have this year with wide receivers and special teams, you've had some depth issues at wide receiver. There's been people bummed up. I know Jackson, went down, I don't know, game 3, I guess. I don't know, I'm guessing. But you also have different guys coming in and out of the rotation. What kind of challenges has it been for your receiving group?
It's been difficult. Obviously when Jackson went down, I think it was the first offensive play against Mount Zion, and he had just kind of started coming in his own. The previous game against Sycamore had made some big plays there. Then he went down, and so we've kind of had to move guys here and there to try to fill in and make up for that loss of not having him in the lineup. So guys trying to fill different roles, and we don't have talent-wise, we don't have the Trey Peters out there, the Quentin Rogers, so that's always tough anyways. But then when he went down, but guys have been doing a good job. We had Ren step up last week. We'll have new guys step up this week, I'm sure of it. So, but it has made things difficult, but the guys are doing what they can and doing a good job of it.
And from the special teams side of things, Poke's got an interesting mind. You can tell the way he kind of thinks about he thinks differently when it comes to special teams. What have you learned from him, and what kind of things that you could kind of talk about with that?
Yeah, I've always kind of I kind of shared that philosophy when I used to be the JV Hood coach. A lot of people remember that my teams never punted. But I was always aggressive, always wanted to onside when we had a chance. So he's kind of taken that. Obviously, at the varsity level, it's much more people, much more eyes on you, much more second guessing if things go wrong. But I love that about it. Just giving our guys, and obviously it's got us some points over the years. All those onside kicks and just finding weaknesses in the other team that we could take advantage of. And he's very in-depth in detail in what he does, though, and just from each individual block, he scouts every player on the other team, so it's great to learn from him.
This is a question that might carry over to Coach Adkins, because ultimately he's got an ability to trump things. But we haven't seen, and if you don't want to give anything out to future opponents, it's fine. We haven't seen a lot of reverses on punt and kickoff returns like I remember in the past. Is that something that is a personnel thing, or is that something you might keep for a rainy day? Why haven't we seen some of that trickeration on the returning game? And if you don't want to answer that because you have top secret information, I'm good with that too.
Well, honestly, I think we've done enough of that over the years that there's not too many teams that are kicking deep to us anymore, so it kind of takes that out. Obviously, a lot of those things would help when you had a Quentin Rogers run a 4.39 40 up the field. You could do whatever, just get him the ball whatever way you can. So that's kind of eliminated that. But, yeah, a lot of teams are doing, like, pooch kicks and squib kicks, so it does make those things difficult for us if we'd want to do that anyways.
And if we're being honest, the kickers have evolved. You see at the NFL level, but it's carried all the way down. They're kicking in the end zone more than they ever have. Coach, we always talk about, like, hey, well, talk about your coach here. So it's your floor. Talk about coach here.
Yeah, again, I think Brad kind of said it best. He has done every position on the offensive side of the ball for us. Depending on kind of lost a few guys, so hey, Brad can fill in here. And again, we talk to the kids about all the time about being that utility player. I feel like Brad's the utility coach. Again, he knows it all. He can coach it all, whether it be quarterbacks or wideouts or running backs like he's done in the past. He's called the JV offense for multiple years before this. Again, and what a luxury to have his knowledge there to be with Keith in special teams. A lot of times during special teams, most other programs or coaches kind of push that off to the side, whether it be backups or subs or even just kind of basic generic schemes. But between what Keith does and certainly with Brad's help, I think our special teams have been incredibly dominant over the last several years, and that's a credit to these guys and the time and effort and work that they put in, making sure that not only do we have a good scheme schematically for our side, but then, hey, this is how their scout team does it. This is where they line up. Today we ran a couple fake punts because, again, we know what they might try to do to us. So anytime, Brad's done a fantastic job with our kids, knowing our system, and just always kind of doing anything that's asked of him to do. I say it all the time, the utility coach, right? And I know we got 18 guys, and they all got kind of their each role and kind of their own thing, and Brad really can do it all. And again, just incredibly thankful and fortunate that he's on staff and then certainly has the knowledge and can do all the things that he does. So
He's a plug-and-play kind of guy. Next man up mentality seems to be a theme. So we always talk about Coach during this segment. You've been around him since he started here, and so you've certainly got a few stories that you could probably share about Coach Adkins. Maybe you could make fun of him a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. You got a story to share about something
hard to
that
think of ones I can probably share on the air.
Fair enough. We hear that almost every week, actually. Okay, well, we're not putting you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot. Is there anything maybe you want to say good about Coach Adkins, or negative, or maybe something that you could impersonate? I don't know.
Kind of what you see is what you get. We always talk about the little, with him anyways, actually thinking back to just his antics, and he's always thinking of what can go wrong, and then times where you think we're in a serious game, have a serious challenge, and he's like the most relaxed you can be. So it's like Jekyll and Hyde with him pre-game. And just watching him pace. I'm kind of a pacer myself, so we almost run into each other a lot of times. He doesn't probably even notice. But but as far as coaching goes, he puts everything into it. I've been around a lot of coaches, both high school level, college level, and he's dedicated to it, dedicated to the kids, and just dedicated to making this program as best as it can be. And I'm just thankful that I get to be a part of it.
Well, you've been a part of it for 10 years, and I'm sure you'll be a part of it for a lot longer, Brad. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
And that is going to resume this segment we call Chalk Talk, presented by Jodi O'Malley with J Collective Homes. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back around the corner with Inside the Huddle with Vance Clark and Grant Arbuckle, two seniors on that captain team. We'll be right back after this.
Is made possible by supporters like you. Don't have a business but still want to help? Become a couch sponsor and help us bring weekly coverage of Bulldog football all season long. Contact us at the information on your screen to join the team today.
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo is your solution. The WMX2 Duo is perfect for interviews, podcasts, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo today. Shop the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators wanted.
Coach's Couch is proudly brought to you by our 2025 sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, Fisher National Bank. Segment sponsors, Jodi O'Malley with J Collective Homes. This week in Bulldog Athletics and the Bulldog Gridiron Club. A big thank you to our couch sponsors, Alex and Amy Giorgio, Lee and Peyton Zaruzin, and a special shout out to our 2025 Sticker Club. Thanks for repping the couch. These businesses, supporters, and fans make it possible for us to bring you Bulldog football all season long. Thank you for supporting the couch. And go Bulldogs!
Better banking is about more than just money. It's about people. Fisher National Bank is locally owned community bank serving all of Mahomet Seymour. We're your friends and neighbors who take a vested interest in the Mahomet area. Last year alone, Fisher National volunteered over 750 hours of community service. Fisher National Bank is in your corner by investing in the people we serve. Learn more about us at fishernational.com or come see us in Mahomet on Oak Street. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people, member FDIC.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Hey Bulldog Nation, the Couch Sticker Club is here. For just $5, you can rep the couch and help us keep the show rolling. DM us or swing by Yoyo's during a show to get yours. Join the club, rep the couch.
This week in Bulldog Athletics is the leader in Mahomet Seymour Junior High and High School athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps of all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Hey, welcome back, Bulldog fans, Coaches Couches fans. The Fisher National Bank Coaches Couch is live from Yoyo's, and we've got some big dudes that are joining us, and we're going inside the huddle, presented by This Week in Bulldog Athletics. Make sure you go to Twiba, follow Mike Orton's channel over there on all the channels. He's got the Twitter, he's got the Instagram, he's got the Facebook, he's got, I don't know, what else am I missing? TikTok. He's got the TikTok. He's probably going to have Snapchat, too, at some point. I don't know. But make sure you follow Twiba. He was our first sponsor ever on Coach's Couch. So special shout-out to him for sponsoring Inside the Huddle. Coach, how tall are you?
6'1".
I'm 6 foot and 1/2, and I feel really, really small. I'm not sure why. Probably because I'm sitting next to.
I know why.
6'7". Vance Clark, and over here is Grant Arbuckle. We've got 2 seniors from our leadership team. Guys, I want you to take each moment, introduce yourself, introduce what year you are. I just told them, and what position you play.
My name is Grant Arbuckle. I'm a senior, and then I play defensive end.
My name is Vance Clark, and I'm a senior, and I play defensive nose.
All right, boys. It is always great to have the players on the show. We go through a number of questions, and we don't preview questions. And at the end, make sure you think about ways you can roast your coach, okay? So be thinking about that at the end. Vance, we'll start with you, though. You've been part of the program for all 4 years. Mm-hmm. And you've been kind of in the background. You've been back up to a really great player in Javon. Mm-hmm. Talk about your role in being next man up and having that mentality to be ready at all times.
Oh, it's a great thing to do. I'm always ready to go when Javon needs a break, or if I need to go in when Turk or Coach Mack needs me to go in. It's great to get playing time, and got the sack that one game and got to start the last game, and trying my best to do what I can do and go as hard as I can.
Yeah, you had an awesome sack, and what was great about that sack is your entire sideline celebrated that sack more than you did. How did that feel?
Oh, it felt great getting a sack. Try getting in the backfield most of the time. Usually getting double or triple teamed, and it felt great to get that sack, and I'm sure everyone else was too.
Now remember, this show is live, and there's a lot of people watching at home. But what are some of the things that guys say across from you when you come in there like, holy bleep? Don't say it, but like, do you get a lot of like, my goodness?
Oh yeah, on the other teams they're like, oh my gosh, look how big he is. And people call me Frankenstein and go Godzilla mode, and they're like just blown away by how tall I am. And I get that a lot. I always get asked how tall I am, and everywhere I go.
And how tall are you?
Me?
No.
Oh.
Vance, how tall?
6'7".
Okay. All right, let's move on to Grant. I mean, we're trying to get clips for the gram, so thank you for that. Grant, you're a senior. Talk about your role as a senior. Have you played all 4 years? Okay, talk about how that's went and how you progressed and what it's like being a Bulldog.
Well, I've played for all 4 years. I didn't really play last year at all. I got hurt week 1 and was out for the whole year. But this year, I'd say my role, I'm behind some pretty good players, Noah Frank and Huey Allen. But my main goal every day is to just show up, make everybody better, and do the best I can to make myself better too.
And so there's a lot of guys go unnoticed, but the practice guys that are on the scouts they have a bigger role as the starters, in my opinion. Talk about what it takes to have that mentality like, hey, I'm still contributing. I might not be there on Friday night every play, but I'm making my teammates better. Talk about that.
Well, our coaches keep us really accountable. They're always talking about, like, it's always next man up. It's always you got to take everything seriously because you never know when your opportunity is going to come. Like, I know my sophomore year, Brock went down. I had to go in against Quincy Notre Dame. I was not prepared at all, and it was really obvious. Coach Turk was yelling at me. I just kind of felt like a deer in the headlights. But this year especially, everybody's taking it really seriously, whether it be the starters or the fourth stringers. Everybody, they know their role on the team, and everybody shows up to practice and works hard.
And non-football here, but RZ, get ready. But Grant asked me before we got out here, Coach, he said, can you see my feet in the shot? And I wanted to assure him that we have the technology that we can see all parts of your body. I think he was concerned about his Crocs. So why don't you show the viewers at home your footwear tonight?
I forgot to put on socks after practice. I forgot clean ones at home, so I have to wear my dad's Crocs, and I was very nervous about people judging me.
Well, here on the coach's couch, if you show weakness, we expose it. So future players that are invited here, like I remember Ashby was worried about his hair. First thing we're going to do is focus on your hair. So thank you for that, Grant. We got to see your Crocs.
Anytime.
But let's talk non-football stuff. What do you guys like to do outside of football? What's your favorite thing to do? Like, are you like fishers? You like to go fishing, hunting, whatever it is, playing cards? I don't know. Talk about it.
I really like to mow. I haven't been on it a lot because football takes a lot of time. But, yeah, keeping my yard looking nice is like probably my main passion, I would say.
Okay.
Then other
It's
than
been
that,
dry, Grant.
It's been
You
really
can't
dry.
mow.
It's been really dry, and we really need True Green to come out, kind of kick my yard into shape. But other than that, I don't really do much.
Do you know how to run a zero-turn mower?
Oh, yeah, actually, I just got a 54-inch Bad Boy MZ Rambler. Picked it up from Rule King. I was riding on a 48-inch Cub Cadet tractor, and the difference is night and day, really. I mean, it's a smoother ride. It's a more level cut. It stripes better. I'm able to do checkers now and waves. I've never been able to do waves. So, yeah, the zero turns are definitely where it's at. And if anybody's in the market for a new mower, I will say, Bad Boys at Rule King. Are you getting paid? I'm not. I just.
We're always looking for new sponsors, by the way.
Bad Boy for life.
I like Toro myself. If you're looking for a park maintenance position, I know a guy that could get you a spot. We have about 200 acres that we mow annually, but we'll move on. So you love mowing. Vance, what do you like to do when you're not playing football?
When I'm not playing football, I like to go on trips with my family, and also do another sport, track. I do throw the shot put and discus. I would say I'm pretty all right, good at that. And Yeah, I help my family with some stuff, and I mow lawns too sometimes, but just stuff like that. I'm a chill guy, so yeah.
He's a chill guy. If you're watching out there, he's just a chill guy. Hey, listen, we like to ask about your music taste. You're getting ready for a game. What are you putting on in your headphones?
Honestly, anything. I like to listen to rock and roll sometimes. Doesn't really anyone specific, just stuff to get you pump you up. And sometimes I'll listen to relaxing music, so I'm not too anxious. Like jazz, like to listen to jazz sometimes. Just music like that.
So it depends on your mood.
Yeah.
If you need hyped, you're going to put some AC/DC on, a little jazz, maybe put Sinatra, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I like Frank Sinatra. He's a good
boy.
singer.
I like that.
Yeah.
How about you, Grant?
A lot of Joe Diffie, a lot of Hank Williams Jr., and then sometimes Joe Rogan. If I'm
Oh,
not
you're
in the
going
mood for
podcast.
music.
That's the first podcast answer. Joe Diffie, I love that. Too bad Chad's not here.
Jazz, you said?
No, Chad. Yeah, he's a Joe Diffie guy. He's basically Joe Diffie. Coach, why'd you bring these guys on the show? Talk about them.
Well, again, I could go on for days about these two, but starting with Grant first, what people don't know or maybe don't see about Grant is he is a huge member of our leadership group. He's went through the entire offseason, in the classroom and kind of learning how to be a leader. And again, that's what people don't see. People don't see him in the locker room and his command of the team or what they're doing in the weight room when no one's around or how we walk the field. Like, he's always holding guys accountable. And so, I can't thank Grant enough for his leadership qualities that he's displayed this year as a senior. Again, kind of holding out our four core pillars that we have and what we stand for. He's a true definition of that. As far as the playing time goes, again, he alluded to it earlier. We call our scout team the win team for a reason. We know that we win because of these guys, because of guys like Grant. Grant is a perfect program kid who, in his senior year, after playing for 4 years, probably wanted to start or get a lot more playing time. But again, he doesn't pout about it. He doesn't just show up and go through the motions. No, he's going to work his tail off to be ready to go when and or if his time is called. But more importantly, to make our offense better and make those guys ready and prepared for a Friday night. And again, it's guys like Grant that help us win on Friday nights. And just incredibly proud of Grant in the senior year that he's had so far. And everything that he's done for us from a leadership standpoint. And, we talked earlier about Vance, being behind Javon now, and unfortunately his sophomore year, he's behind Jack Gallagher. So, he's behind two guys who probably college-type players, but again, Vance is another definition or another example of always ready to go, whether it's to come in during a game to spell Javon here or there, or like last week he said, getting his start, he was out there, he played well, he was ready to go. Mattoon, I'm sure, was like, what the heck, now we got to deal with this guy, and again, it's hard to block 6'7", but then it's a whole nother to block Vance, because he's going to give you great effort. He's going to go, as hard as he possibly can. He's going to know what he's supposed to do because he's, paid attention and read the scouting report and all that stuff. So he's ready to go anytime we call on him and anytime we need him. And again, another 4-year player. These guys are true definition of program kids, and just thankful for them and can't wait to celebrate them for an entire week next week for sure.
Yeah, a couple Blue Dot guys, Blue Dot Club members. Guys, we always give you an opportunity to talk about your coach. It's your floor. You can say whatever you want about Coach. You can maybe impersonate him. You can make fun of him. This is a safe zone. You can't get in trouble. So we'll start with Grant. Vance, you're thinking, you got anything? Mr. Joe Diffie?
Oh, yeah, Grant's been waiting for this. Look at him. He sits up in his
Mr.
chair.
John Deere Green over here, the mower boy.
That
What do
is
you got?
a very good song. This is really tough for me to say because I have been looking forward to this ever since he asked me. He texted me, what was that, Tuesday morning? He's like, would you like to be a guest? I said I would be honored. The first thing I thought was, what am I going to say?
This is your floor.
I'll be honest, it's very tough to roast a man like this. Great guy, great coach. Only thing I can think of
Setting
is
it up. I knew it.
so we got the same smile with this tooth gap, and that's
see
never
it.
that's never.
Can we
happened.
zoom in, RZ?
Yeah, RZ, don't even think about
Can we zoom in on those two guys.
Other than that,
The old Cap Club.
we both got
twins.
God. Didn't smile on us when He was making us, but other than that, I really have nothing negative to say about him.
That's awesome. What about you, Vance?
I think Adkins is a great coach. He gets everyone to do what they need to do, and if they're messing around, I saw some people messing around the sidelines today and getting them in check. And I like the way he does things, like in a certain way, where it's like, it has to be a certain way. And I have to say one thing: he does really like to get up early in the morning, even earlier than me or Grant, and like a rooster. But really, there's nothing negative to say about Coach Adkins. He's a great coach overall.
So, rooster. You get up like a rooster. I heard Vance call you a rooster. Is that what I heard?
No.
No? Hey, if you're watching at home, we need questions on the chat. I didn't mention that.
Does he know what sound a rooster makes?
No.
Vance, can you make
No.
So here's the joke. So each week, our coaches, both offense and defense, in these guys' case, defensive coaches, will make notes on Huddle from the practice film. Well, to make sure that the kids are watching and reading the notes and paying attention, they'll randomly throw in random questions.
Sure.
Hey, send me what your favorite soda is. Well, now the coaches have been thinking it's funny that they throw in comments about Coach Adkins. Tell me what you think his high school nickname was. Tell me what you think he did. Yeah, you can take your mind where you imagine it can go. So that's, there's a little backstory behind this. So,
Okay, rooster.
Coach Turek.
That makes sense. I'd love to see those scouts, but it's not. It's not part of the Coach's Couch script. Well, it's been a great segment. We appreciate you guys coming on the show. Don't go anywhere because you stick around for the next segment. We need your questions at home. Get on the chat right now. Give us some questions because we're going to have these guys back, and we've got questions for Coach, the players, anybody you want to. Coach Adkins' family's here as well. You want to pull them in on the show, we can do that. Actually, Coach Anderson's family's here too, so if you got a question for them, we can pull them in. All right, so we'll be right back with the next segment right after this break.
Is made possible by supporters like you. Don't have a business but still want to help? Become a couch sponsor and help us bring weekly coverage of Bulldog football all season long. Contact us at the information on your screen to join the team today.
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo is your solution. The WMX2 Duo is perfect for interviews, podcasts, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo today. Shop the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators wanted.
Coach's Couch is proudly brought to you by our 2025 sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, Fisher National Bank. Segment sponsors, Jodi O'Malley with J Collective Homes. This week in Bulldog Athletics and the Bulldog Gridiron Club. A big thank you to our couch sponsors, Alex and Amy Giorgio, Lee and Peyton Zaruzin, and a special shout out to our 2025 Sticker Club. Thanks for repping the couch. These businesses, supporters, and fans make it possible for us to bring you Bulldog football all season long. Thank you for supporting the couch. And go Bulldogs!
Better banking is about more than just money. It's about people. Fisher National Bank is locally owned community bank serving all of Mahomet Seymour. We're your friends and neighbors who take a vested interest in the Mahomet area. Last year alone, Fisher National volunteered over 750 hours of community service. Fisher National Bank is in your corner by investing in the people we serve. Learn more about us at fishernational.com or come see us in Mahomet on Oak Street. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Hey, welcome back, Bulldog fans, to the Coach's Couch, presented by Fisher National Bank of Mahomet. Hey, thanks to our next segment sponsor. I about forgot I had to look at my notes. It's always been the Bulldog Gridiron Club. Check them out on all the channels as well. They give back a lot of money and support to this football program, right to the kids, and also help out our cheerleading gals. They support both of them. They do great things. They've got an annual golf outing, and they do all kinds of great things for this program to fill the gaps that maybe the athletic budget can't do, some of those wants and needs that coach needs to run a great program. So make sure you donate to them, check them out, or volunteer with them. They could use your help. This segment is called, what is it called, Coach? Sidelines. You'd think this was my first show. It's called Sidelines. We field your questions, and I'm a little bit off because there's so many questions. And I'm going to start.
I told you, celebrities, I told you they'd bring in the most.
This is the most questions we've ever had.
Oh boy. I'm a hockey.
So I hope you guys are ready. We're going to start with Mama Clark. Melissa on the chat has more of a comment and a correction, and it's my fault. She says Vance is actually 6'9". He's not 6'7". That's my fault. 6'9".
Nice.
I think he was going with it because he didn't want to show me up, and that's a respect thing. So for you guys that have been tuned in, give him 2 more inches. He's 6'9", guys. So Charleston, be ready for that. All right, thank you, Melissa, for the chat. Let's get to some questions. Philip Daniels, he is always on the chat.
He loves it.
This question is for Vance and Grant and Coach. So we'll go through it in order. We'll start with Vance, then to Grant, then to Coach. Vance and Grant, who is your favorite O-lineman? Coach, who's your favorite right side varsity starting O-lineman? We'll start with Vance.
My favorite O-lineman is Josh Craig.
Short and sweet.
Yep.
Okay, how about you, Grant?
The Joshua Paul Craig is also my favorite.
I love it. A little shout out to Joshua. All right, anything else you want to add to that? Any context?
Funny guy.
He's a funny guy. All right, Coach, now it's your turn.
My favorite number 78 is Phil Daniels. I love number 78, Phil Daniels. He wears number 78 better than anybody else.
So, Phil, I think you can rest easy and never ask who your favorite O-lineman is again, but I know we'll see him next week on the chat, and I hope we do, Phil. Cameron Crow's our next question. He comes in, he says, Grant and Vance, who's your favorite scout O-lineman?
I would say Ashton Lamb. I think he gives great effort on the scout O against the defense.
I'm going to say Cam Crow.
Good.
Or Camden Ashby. One of the two.
I love that question. A little shout out to the Scout boys. All right, lots of questions here. Dylan Derrickson is on the chat. Thank you, Dylan. If Vance and Grant had 50 board drills, how many would Grant win? Is that an inside joke?
0. Sorry, Grant.
That's a tough one. I think, as everybody knows, Vance is big, Vance is strong. I'm not. I think that I could probably sneak one off on him. I think I have better endurance than him, maybe. So probably by like number 45 to 50, I could sneak one or two in. But for those first, it's going to be tough.
I love the honesty. Vance, explain what is a board drill.
Oh, it's when you have two guys go against each other, basically just pushing each other back and see whoever pushes the other guy back more wins, basically.
Sounds like sumo wrestling.
Pretty sure he's like
Undefeated.
500-0 in his high school career.
That leads to our next question, Coach. Keegan Pagel on the chat asks Grant and Vance, both of you, who do you plan to call out for your senior board drill call out? So, hey, you might not want to give that out, or maybe you do. Call them out right here on the coach's couch. Get them.
I'll start.
Yeah.
I've been planning on doing Liam Jessup for about 3 weeks now, and now all of a sudden he's hurt, which I'm not saying he's faking. I'm sure he is hurt, but it's very convenient that the time we got senior call-outs coming up, he's no pads, no nothing. So, yeah. I got to pick somebody I can beat, so it narrows down a lot. But, yeah, I was going to call out Liam, and now I'm not so sure.
Well, you got a week or so to think about it.
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it. Maybe Javon, maybe.
Oh, I want to beef. Can we get film of that? We'll bring that on the couch's couch. We're gonna. Hey, the couch's coach. How about the coach's couch, RZ? We'll put that on live post-season edition of the coach's couch. More questions, guys. We got time. You got time? All right. No hot dates tonight? Dinner plans? No? Netflix?
Nope.
God. Grant, this comes from Noah Daniels. Grant, who's your favorite O-lineman?
Josh Craig.
We already know that. Next. Okay, this is a good question from Dylan Derrickson. Vance, you talked about trips. What's your favorite trip you've been on?
My favorite trip that I've been on, I would say I've been to Los Angeles. I did acting once. I did a commercial once too, and had a lot of fun there with my family, and it was a great trip.
Future actor possibly here, and L.A. Vance. Andrew Ziegler, he is a huge fan of the show. He's got a little crown and a number 1 next to his name. What does that mean?
One of the top fans.
He's a top fan. Thank you, Andrew. You're our top fan. Guys, what is your favorite? This goes to all the coaches and players one by one. What's your favorite part of being a Bulldog? Vance, you start us.
All right. My favorite part about being a Bulldog is, I would say being with the team, hanging out with friends, and doing great in school and all this stuff.
My favorite part about being a Bulldog is I think we're held to a higher standard than pretty much any team around us, and it's nice knowing that I'm a part of a program that makes me better every day.
Yeah, I'm from a small town, actually smaller than Mahomet, but having coached in Champaign, it's just part of the community. Like, everyone is a Bulldog, and just everyone comes out and supports us each Friday night. And even if they're not there, they're watching on Bulldog TV. And, yeah, so it's just great being a Bulldog.
Yeah, that's a tough question, Dylan, because I could go so many different ways and I have so many different answers. But if I could try to sum it up as best for you as I possibly can, Dylan, I would say my favorite part about being a Bulldog is the kids and the coaches that I get a chance to go to work with every day. I have been fortunate enough to be at several different stops before this, and I will just tell you, like I've told everybody else, it's not Mahomet is not real life. Like our kids here are incredible. Our families are incredible. Our atmosphere is incredible. It is not like this everywhere else. So it truly is an awesome blessing for me to be here and be a part of this community, family, and coaching staff and players. So that's my favorite part about being a Bulldog.
Okay, guys, can you go overtime this week? Because we've got a few more questions. Are you prepared for that? Okay, good deal. We're going overtime here on Sidelines, presented by Bulldog Gridiron Club. We've got a question from Owen Smizer. You guys know Owen. He's been on the show. Grant, who is your favorite employee in the MS Ag Supply shop?
A lot of favorites. So, if anybody didn't know, I am the manager of Mahomet Seymour Ag Supply. If you have any pet, show feed, Traeger products, maybe candles, we have soy-based candles you're interested in, you can call me. I'll get you hooked up. But my favorite employee, I'm going to have to say probably Owen Smizer, but more than Owen Smizer, definitely Cam Crow. I think Cam is probably the most diligent worker we've ever had in the ag shop. He's always working hard, he's always making sales, and he's always making sure he does things the right way. So he's not only my favorite scout O-lineman, he's also my favorite employee.
RZ, you might want to hire this guy for sales. We could use some more sponsors. I think he found your guy. So Grant Arbuckle could be your next salesman here on Coach's Couch. We got another question. This one comes from Jackson Davis. He likes to kick footballs. Grant and Vance, who's your favorite kicker?
Cohen Winger. And then Jackson Davis.
Jackson Davis.
Good answer. Jackson has another question. Grant, what are your thoughts? Oh, no, we already got his thoughts on zero-turn mowers. We're not going back there.
No, this is a specific type.
I can go more into detail. If
No,
that's what the
we're not
people
going
want.
into detail. He asked about Toros, and I can tell you Toros is the best brand. I'm going to get right to the.
I'm not hating on Toros.
There we
I
go.
was riding the Bull when I worked in Monticello to mow. Those are great machines too. The MyRide suspension system's
Sweet,
really
isn't it?
nice.
Sweet.
We had a powered deck, which I took advantage of, and I didn't realize how nice it was. Yeah,
That's what we
Toros are
run in the
legit as
Mahomet
well.
Park and Rec world, and that air ride, it's something special. Okay, listen up. No more mower questions. We're going right to Talon Decker. No, we're not doing that one, Talon. We love Talon. He's a good kid, but Talon, we're not doing that one. We'll get to that after the show. What was the one? Oh, Chris Roberts. You all know Chris. He's one of our favorites on the show. Chris Roberts is a member of the Couches Sticker Club. If you want to be a member, right here, you could have your own sticker. Donate $5 to RZ, and you can get a sticker. Pick it up right here at the Coach's Couch, live at Yoyo's. But Chris has a great question. Is there a chance, this is for Coach Adkins. Coach, is there a chance we could see a pass from QB1 Ryan Pruitt to Vance Clark in the end zone on senior night?
Unfortunately, Chris, the answer is no. Vance wears what we call an ineligible number. Vance is number 75, and unfortunately 75 is not legally allowed to go out for a pass. So therefore, we will not see a pass from QB1 to Vance Clark on senior night unless we try and disguise him in an eligible number, but I have a feeling it's really hard to disguise 6'9". So unfortunately, Chris, we will not see that on senior night.
Unless you go ahead and take the penalty. Last question I have is from Travis Clark. Travis says, hey, you know what? Ask Vance about the 2-pound sloppy joes he makes himself on the weekends. So let's elaborate about the 2-pound sloppy joes that you make yourself. Talk about that, Vance.
I like sloppy joes. It's I eat a lot. I like beef a lot. I eat a lot of that just to stay big, and I just like eating sloppy joes. That's all I can say.
You got to feed this bull somehow, and the sloppy joes are where it's at apparently. I think, one last question just came in, and then we will wrap this up. Okay, this is actually from Charleston. Coach, this is for you. This is Elmore from Charleston. It's a 2-part question. Elmore asks, do you miss us? ? And where's your go-to place to eat when you come home? That's Elmore. Do you remember Elmore?
No, but let's start with the second one. McHugh's, no question. You got to get the fries and the double cheeseburger.
What's it called again?
McHugh's double drive-through. Only in Mattoon and Charleston. It's the go-to spot. My coaches love it. They will stop there on their way home before they get home. Sometimes the bus beats them home.
I'm going to
because
interrupt you.
they're
Is
still
it
getting
better?
food.
Is it better than the original Burger King?
So the original Burger King is in Mattoon, and that's good. It just kind of the atmosphere, whatever. But yes, it is. McHugh's is so much better. Are you raising your hand? Were you in class here, Grant? MCU's.
Google it.
So yes, I love to eat at McHugh's when I go back to Charleston, and I truly, I say this as nicely as I can, but I don't miss it. My mom and dad don't live there anymore. My sisters don't live there anymore. My grandma, I have nothing. Kind of still with ties to the town. So I don't miss it as far as that's concerned. You know, sometimes you miss going back to things because you get to see people and whatnot. And I don't get to go back very often because, like I said, no, I don't have family there anymore. And I just love being a Bulldog. So maybe that's why I don't miss it as much either. So.
Okay, one question came in while you were talking about your questions. And I would normally just close it up, but this one comes from a valued member of your staff. Coach Henry Turk chimed in, and this is a great question that I'd love to know about as well, and I think the viewers would like to know. And this is for everyone. What's everyone's favorite memory from summer camp at Olivet? So you want to get us started, Vance? You have a favorite memory from summer camp at Olivet?
I would say, honestly, the food. The food was great.
Sounds like a great answer from Vance.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joes?
No, not just sloppy joes. They had a variety of other stuff. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Grant?
Probably when Cade and Talon were getting a little snippy with each other, and Cade did not have a lot of clothes on. Everybody was in his room, and he was fired up, and that's just always a sight to see.
Okay, that sounds interesting. We'll get to learn more about that maybe later. Coach, do you have a favorite memory from summer camp?
Yeah, I love, we do this every year. We take the kids away somewhere and spend a couple, 2-3 days, away from town and kind of on our own. And so just kind of getting to be together with them, away from kind of all this. Jobs and girls and all that stuff that they could be doing. It's nice to go away to those dorms and, again, just be together. We have team meetings. We have some great food like we were saying earlier. And then we get to practice, and we get to practice against really good teams too. So we're always learning. We're always getting better. And I think, like I said, just any chance I get to spend with these guys, it makes it special, and it makes it something to remember. So that's certainly one of my favorite things about going away to team camp for sure.
All right, boys, we got to wrap this thing up. You got to get home to bed and get ready for Charleston. We're going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for sticking with us. We had a ton of questions. We got through them all. If you didn't get your question answered, run it back next week. Next Wednesday, 7:30, we'll have some new guests. We'll talk about our recap. We'll look ahead to Peoria Richwoods, I believe, senior night week. But let's get a win Friday. Go down to Charleston if you're around, and we'll see you next week on the Coach's Couch. Thanks for watching.